And we are back with another episode of What's in Your Cup. Once again, I am John, your host.
I am your lovely new bartender. And I have a spoon. I'm Melissa.
And I'm back from my 2-week unpaid vacation.
That's right.
And yeah, I'm glad to be back. And I'm Mark.
I'm Harry Styles.
Damn, Harry Styles.
We got budget for Harry Styles.
We got Harry Styles on the podcast, guys.
Yo,
Came over from Italy. Thank you for having me here.
When did you get here?
2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Why don't you perform in your own country?
Oop. And we started off with a
questions.
hot take already.
I don't know. Anyway, hi, I'm Spencer. Thank you, John, for having me. I am the intern.
Intern.
I'm excited for my new role. Intern, yes. Yeah. I'm excited for my new role. Yay. I'm excited to be the next person to get canceled off this podcast.
Yes.
And it's going to be great.
So we've had, 3 cancellations so far?
You can't cancel us.
Three possible cancellations. But we're doing good so far.
You know what? Our episode didn't have any, so I'm okay with that. There's so many people now in this room.
I know. It's not a big room.
No.
But it works.
I love it. I'm
It's
here
fine.
for it. Yeah,
There's
she's
nothing
good. It is.
wrong
She
with
is
it.
cute. So, I have news finally about Ariana Grande. I'm still on this.
Again, you still on this?
Yes.
This is a recurring
So-
topic for those who are just tuning in.
So, we all know Ariana Grande is now confirmed to be a serial cheater on
Ooh.
all of her significant others. All the timelines are muddy.
I mean, she did say
break up with
9
your girlfriend.
rings.
No, the 9 rings were for the girls.
Yeah.
But break up with your
they're
boyfriend
also
on
for her.
board
7 rings, not 9
is 7 rings.
Oh, well, I'm not
She
a
only
stan.
got engaged once and married once. She's not as bad as J-Lo. It's okay. I will say this. Mark is just in the corner crying.
Wait, how many times has J-Lo been married?
6.
No way.
6. Including the new one, Ben
Fact
Affleck.
check.
Yeah. Fact check, please. Intern.
No way, 6.
But anyway, no, the 7 rings, she got all of her girlfriend's Tiffany rings and spent like a few million on them.
Okay.
Must be nice to
Oh
have.
my god, I love how Google has like a list.
Yeah.
And there's a next tab.
It says
Wow.
4. 4 as of
That's
right now.
crazy.
It's still a lot though.
Yes. She's going after Tom Brady for those rings.
For those rings.
Yeah.
Wow.
I find.
Shots are fired.
No, you know what? I get it.
What's our time right now?
You know what? No. You know what? If Mia Khalifa can give marriage advice,
She's married?
she's been married and divorced twice.
Really?
And ended an engagement.
She's like actually like a good person though.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. She's
But
pretty
she
I
cool.
actually
gave
have a
me.
funny story about Mia Khalifa, but continue.
I don't
Okay.
think I want to hear that story.
No, you will. It's really funny, but continue.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Okay,
with
yes.
your
So
thing.
she ended up with the guy, who voiced and played SpongeBob in the Broadway musical
God.
SpongeBob SquarePants. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
left his 11-month-old baby and his high school sweetheart of a wife for Ariana Grande. And 2.5 weeks later, she broke up with him.
Clown. Where's his red nose?
Damn.
Where is his red nose?
Yeah.
Clown.
Yep. That's what I had to say. We finally ended the saga. And let's see where she goes next.
So where does this come into? She's a cheater.
Oh,
Yeah.
she cheated on her husband with the
with
guy.
Ethan Slater.
Yeah, with Ethan Slater.
But did she
on him.
cheat on Ethan or did she just break it up?
No, her and Ethan were cheating on their significant others.
No, but then when they were like doing their thing, did she cheat on him with somebody else?
No, she just dumped him.
Oh, she just dumped him.
Yeah,
Damn.
she cheated on what's his name, the guy who gets with every hot girl in Hollywood.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Thank you.
She cheated on Pete Davidson. Mm-hmm. Can we?
That's
She
what
cheated on
ended it?
Mac
Blame her,
Miller. She cheated
Oh,
on.
that's gonna get her a lot of
Okay.
hate. That's
Yeah.
gonna get her a
That's
lot
not
of hate.
right.
Real quick, unpopular opinion. I do not understand why people like Pete Davidson that much, and like, why is he like? Oh my god, he's so fucking hot. Like he can get with every girl. Like I don't get it.
It's just
He
sick
looks crusty.
boy.
It's supposed to
It's
be-
just sick. Like
It's supposed to be like the energy, like I don't give a fuck attitude.
He even
Yeah,
says he's
that's
like
what
look better by
brings-
looking
he even
worse.
he even said he's like the rebound king. Like it's out there on the internet. He said it
a
somewhere.
layup is still a layup.
Yeah,
Like,
he
a
got
layup is still
Ariana
points.
Grande, he
Like,
got
I thought
Kim
it was so
Kardashian.
funny when I saw the pictures of him and Kim K. I was
That
like,
was
what?
so crazy. It's like seeing Kylie and Timothy.
Didn't he send those
Yes,
to
Kylie
Kanye?
and Timothy
Thank
fucking
you.
Chalamet are together. Like
No,
what?
they broke up.
Well, how long was it? Like a week or two?
I don't know.
Can we talk about
Wait, who's Kendall? Jenner?
Kendall and Bad Bunny?
Okay,
Yeah,
how
Bad
the
Bunny,
fuck
right?
does she?
Talking about-
How the fuck does she know what he's saying? Even though his like, I don't
Like,
even understand him in
Are they
Spanish.
using Google Translate?
Duolingo.
Imagine
She's
That's
getting
really
them
funny.
ads for continuing that streak.
I just had the most like
They were just like, I remember there was a meme that it was like, who's the ringleader? I forgot her name. She's like the mother of the Kardashians.
Kris Jenner.
Chris, yeah,
Kris
she's
Jenner,
like
momager.
Yeah,
Momager.
they're at the table,
Not quoting
and
Drag
she's
Race.
like, "All right, ladies, we have dated too many NBA players. We need to diversify."
No, wait, she actually said that?
No. It's like
it's
a
a
meme.
meme,
It's like a
yeah.
meme. Like we have to
okay.
Because
diversify.
that's all Kendall dated.
That's
And then
so
she's
funny.
with the short king Bad Bunny.
Wait, I just want to say one more thing before we move on from this topic, and it is unhinged. And again, this is why I'm saying I'm going to get canceled, but
Okay.
I must say it.
Disclaimer
Imagine
alert.
like Kendall and Bad Bunny, right, in bed, and then it's just like, oi, oi.
Wait. So who's with? Is Courtney with Travis?
Yes, and they're having a
Barker?
baby.
Okay. Another baby.
Did Courtney stop going back and forth with Scott yet?
A long time
Wait,
ago.
she's dating
Oh.
Travis Scott.
No, Travis Barker.
She's married to Travis Barker, and they're having a baby.
Who is Travis Barker? I
He's
live under a rock.
emo drummer.
Wait,
Wasn't he
he's
the?
from,
Wasn't he the
Blink
Linkin
182.
Park?
No.
Oh, Blink 182.
Yeah,
Blink
Blink
182.
182.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, I got your all tea. There was also real quickly, we have new drinks this week.
Oh my God.
Oh yes.
I forgot I was making drinks until I came here, and then I was like,
You're just rummaging through my refrigerator.
no. I have a few things planned, So real quickly.
No, I did not drink yet. I just
Okay.
I was gonna do a
So-
visual.
No, because it looks lower, and I was like, "Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? You made the same mistake the first time."
And just to point out, I always make clean, pretty drinks, and I'm very happy about it.
It doesn't look like it.
Okay, well, shut the fuck
It
up.
looks like that name brand apple juice starts with an M. That
It
comes
literally
in a
looks
glass
like you
bottle.
poured out
What?
Mott's.
No, it's like
That's
the one.
Mott's.
No, it's like M. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the glass.
MOTTS.
It's like
Oh,
the glass
the fancy one.
The fancy one.
Oh,
That's what it
I
looks
don't know
like.
that one.
It literally looks like you just poured out one of my Heinekens into a glass.
And I have the pink one because I'm gay. Also, I don't drink alcohol, so that's why.
I wanted to make Spencer feel included.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like I actually.
my
It's
America.
actually the strongest one.
It's actually
Yeah,
strong.
All right, so real
It has
quickly.
it has a delayed action.
Real quickly. So,
It'll hit you an hour and 15
John
minutes
and
later.
Mark, can I have your drinks real quickly?
Okay.
We obviously did the description: apple juice, beer.
It is time.
Yeah,
So-
it looks like a glass of beer.
Yeah. So real quickly, I'm going to use my trusty, loving spoon that I stole from John.
In my kitchen again.
We're gonna see if it's really silver.
Yeah, really. No, keep it down.
Oh, that is not what I
Oh
was
wow, that's crazy. It's like fizzing actually.
Yeah. Now it's mixed. So
you didn't
what
have
I
to bash my glass like
you
that.
have to, yeah. So take
have
a
to?
sip. They're just suspiciously
Okay.
looking at each
Oh, there's
other.
definitely Heineken in here. 110%.
Yeah, there's Heineken. I can see
And
that.
and I'll do a little clink for mine. Nope, didn't do that.
Don't. Did you crack
wait.
my glass?
No.
Oh my God.
Wait. All right, I'm not gonna guess.
Why is
yet.
it doing that?
No. I'm not gonna
It's
guess it yet.
science.
I have a.
But wait, I want Spencer to
Yeah,
describe
yeah.
these drinks.
Okay, here we go.
We got to
Pinkety
describe yours
drinkety.
first.
Okay, James Charles. No.
Oh,
Okay,
whoa.
so it's giving watermelon from
Sugar
the
high?
smell. Yeah.
Yours
Watermelon sugar.
yours looks so much nicer than ours does.
Oh, thank you. I'm special.
True.
All right, what are the top notes?
In the best way. Top notes, bottom notes.
Oh, he didn't-
I don't know how to fucking describe.
Okay.
Shit like that.
What do you
Your
think?
face
Is
did not
giving-
like that.
No, I
like a
did.
Starbucks
It's giving- okay.
refresher.
No, it is not. Okay, so there's like I got a little bit of fizz in there, so I'm guessing some degree of seltzer went into this. But
Okay.
then the rest of it really just tastes like watermelon Jolly Rancher. Like it's really good.
Yay! I love this mocktail that I made then. All right, you two fuckers. What do we think?
It tastes like a stale Heineken.
Okay,
That's
there's
exactly
a
what
drink.
it tastes like.
All
And I
right.
know that they're not
And
because I bought them the
Also,
other
real
day.
quickly, since we only have audio listeners, I took a spoon and I smacked it into the glass.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought you
that's-
cracked my glass.
No, of course not. I don't hit it that hard.
Yeah, when you said the bomb, I'm not gonna lie, that was not what I was expecting.
I think there is a drink or a custom in Korea, in South Korea, where they
Okay.
put like beer and I think it's vodka or soju or something, and it makes like the fizz. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
It's some beer and some hard alcohol, and yeah, like the reaction to it when you introduce it to the beer real quick and makes it fizz. It's like a Korean thing.
That's really dope.
Is that why I did that?
I don't know. Is that your guess?
Tried to break
That is my
glass.
official guess. Some beer and some hard liquor.
What about you, John?
I'm gonna say there's a Heineken in here. I can smell it. I don't have to taste it. But now that you said that, because literally the whole action she did was smack the spoon in and it fizzed.
Do you have soju?
Yes.
I know. Oh, am I?
I have 3 bottles of it in my refrigerator.
Can I officially guess now?
You finally got one drink right.
Yeah.
So it's Heineken
My
and
cultural
soju.
literacy.
It is called a soju bomb.
Soju bomb.
I see. Yeah. Looked at me like.
So Spencer mouthed it, and I gave the look of like,
Wow.
you need to shut up.
I mean, it is nice, but to me it tastes like a stale Heineken. I don't taste.
I
the
used
soju
the
at
lychee
all.
one. So the thing is,
It's good though.
we
I
have
like
to
it.
use different beers, and I kind of just used what was in your fridge.
I also had Corona in there.
No, Corona wouldn't mess the taste. So Spencer, you still haven't guessed what I made you.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the names of like anything, so I probably am not gonna get
Okay,
it.
so this is another rendition of my citrus. Breeze?
This is
Citrus breeze.
It's not the citrus breeze.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna call this one yet, but
Citrus
basically,
Breeze 2.0.
There's
No.
ice in here.
Pink
so
there's no
breeze.
ice.
Oh, where?
There's no ice in there.
Oh. Ice cube.
So I used ginger ale, and I took an ice pop and smashed it.
Another ice pop.
I took a strawberry ice pop.
Okay, there's some ice then.
No, I supposedly thought I smashed it all.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, it is
you.
really good.
Thank you. I think that's gonna be my go-to mocktails now. I love
Just
that.
smashing my popsicles
No,
into
you know,
glasses.
yeah, your mom helped me with it, so it's okay.
Again.
Yeah,
Okay, wait, hold up. So
Like I don't have the orange creamsicles, but I have strawberry.
that's what I used.
And that's what you use.
Yeah.
And one day John is gonna go into his fridge. It's like, I cannot wait to have a nice creamsicle opens up and it's just all gone.
It's all gone.
That's yes. I don't know what I'm. Strawberry high top.
Strawberry high top.
strawberry high top.
Strawberry high
No,
top.
call it high top, and then you can choose a variety of flavors.
No. Because we got okay, so I can't say berry blast because like berry freeze maybe, I don't know
The berry blast is taken.
exactly. I don't know. I'll come up with something later. But
We can consult the focus groups.
so all of one.
Strawberry breeze.
We'll just use like a name generator for you.
Yeah,
and we'll come up with
exactly.
something,
But
Wait,
and then run a
wanna-
copyright check.
yeah.
I just want to like ask one thing. So they have not seen the monstrosity that I showed you earlier.
They did not.
Yes,
That
okay.
disgusting shit.
Yes. So would you like to go into a little bit of detail about that since you know more mixing? Because
It
I want
was-
to see the reactions to this. All right.
But
So
what the fuck?
I just want to know what Mark and John's thoughts would be on the monstrosity that I
Pad
showed
Thai?
you at the table.
Pad
Yes, the pad
Thai
Thai drink.
with
Pad Thai
peanut
drink.
butter whiskey.
I love peanut butter whiskey.
You
And an
have weird
onion.
taste. And the onion.
Onion,
So
They put olives in martinis, so
which isn't bad.
yeah, but this was literally like pad thai if it was a drink with
Wait,
peanut
list
butter.
list off the ingredients again.
It
Yeah.
was peanut butter whiskey,
Which I like.
soy sauce.
Ew,
Exactly.
that does not sound good.
The garnish was a scallion.
I
A
like
green
scallions.
onion.
Well, sometimes they use celery too. So,
It's a different taste completely. It's a fucking onion.
what was the name of the drink?
I forgot
Oh,
what
I
he
forgot
didn't
which
even
one.
name it. I
No,
didn't
he
even,
did, he did.
Oh, I didn't even get to that point. I was
Yeah.
just like, what?
Is
the
it like a
actual fuck?
shot or is it like?
No, it's a
It's a
cocktail.
full on like
Ah.
no,
Cocktail.
but everyone who tried it in the video was like, "Oh my god, this is the most amazing,
But
beautiful
it's also
thing in my
from
mouth."
Smosh, and they have questionable taste.
You know, I would
You
try
don't
a
ever,
shot.
Like
don't
a
ever believe
professional
anything that's said on the
mixologist,
internet
though.
about. Don't ever
Anything?
believe that. You have to try it.
It's a
Well,
it's from a professional mixologist though. So
Okay, but we also have Bloody Marys.
Who
Yes.
drinks? Aren't
No
Bloody
one.
Marys just a hangover drink? Honestly, like
They're,
isn't
they're
Yes.
that-
called a hangover drink, but you can have them normally. But they're mostly for
psychos
hangovers.
have them normally.
Probably.
And another hot take goes in the bucket.
No, I'm
I had one. I had one on vacation. It was very nice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bloody Marys aren't bad. Just don't. You can't over pour one of the ingredients because then it fucks up with it entirely.
No, just pour
Just
all
drink
the
some
vodka.
cold tomato soup.
No, it's like tomato soup. It's supposed to be like spices,
like your
pickle
grilled
juice,
cheese, and just start dipping it in there.
Yeah, like
there's like a lot of.
This is how we have Bloody Marys now.
Well, no, there's a lot of ingredients, but just don't over pour one of them because then it tastes just like that.
All right.
I remember we were at the Mohegan and I tried one.
That was gross.
It tasted like straight pickle juice and it was disgusting.
So.
The Bloody Mary was the first drink I ever had.
Really?
I'm so sorry. The first thing I had was shots of vodka. I had like 5.
The first thing
starting early, nice.
Was
21.
The first thing I ever had was whiskey.
And this is why you're an old man.
Wait, which type? Do you have a specific brand?
It was. Oh my gosh, no, it was not Fireball.
You would not have been drinking Fireball.
Oh my gosh, I can see it right now.
It has to be. It has to be. No, it has to. No, because like I've been in your house with your collection.
I think it was Garrison Brothers.
Ooh.
So it's from Texas, actually.
Yeah, it's not like a famous
we're
brand.
good.
It would be
yeah.
You know, we're getting
it's
there.
not like a store bought brand.
Not
It'd
like
be something you have to.
It's not a store bought whiskey at all.
It would have to be something that you get like from a specific
this
singular
is
location.
definitely like you could probably buy it, but it would be like a more expensive whiskey. But it's definitely something that it's not Jack Daniels, not Jameson, not all those
Tennessee
other
Legends.
Not Evan Williams.
Wait, have you had Tennessee Legends?
Tennessee Legends? No,
yes.
I haven't heard of it.
It is this biggest distillery in Tennessee, and it has the best fucking whiskey ever. Mm-hmm. And you can only get it there.
I know that.
I know
distillery. There are differences. My dad told me. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of Tennessee whiskeys are actually sour mash, so they're like a more sour whiskey, while like a lot of bourbon, if we want to get specific, a lot of bourbon from Kentucky is actually made. I think it's with like corn or something like that. So it's a lot smoother.
It's like one ingredient difference.
Yeah.
Same thing with like, isn't the same thing with like Scotch? Is like one ingredient
difference.
Yeah.
Well, it's also like that with tequilas now too.
Yeah.
But isn't that what separates it from mezcal? Is tequila is more refined than mezcal?
Yes, and also, I'm gonna shit on Casamigos for a second. Well, it's not. The way they use it is the agave plant. Yeah, they don't use it properly, so that's why it's not considered a true quote unquote a true tequila.
You need like 51% agave to be considered tequila?
Yeah, and the way it's distilled too.
I saw an article. I think I saw an article about Jose Cuervo. That because some guy I completely forgot the guy on TikTok's name. But he's a random guy on TikTok. He was like working in like the alcohol industry for like 4 to 5 years, so he knew like some tips and tricks for certain brands.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, because he was shopping for Jose Cuervo, he was saying that.
Can you say Cuervo again?
Cuervo.
The fuck is that pronunciation?
Did I say it
you
right or wrong?
You are one the dog.
Did I say it right or wrong?
Cuervo. Close enough.
Mm-hmm. Cool. But thanks for interrupting me.
Please.
I
just wanted to hear it.
Anyway. So when he was buying Jose Cuervo, he was talking about how it's not completely like authentic tequila. It's more like a liqueur that tastes like tequila because of the agave mix. Is not the correct percentage.
That's what Casamigos is. But don't get me wrong, Casamigos is fucking amazing, and it's so smooth because of that fact.
Is it like an expensive brand, or is it just a well-known?
Oh no, it's very expensive.
It's the George Clooney one.
Yeah, but it's kind of expensive.
I don't know.
I remember. Spencer, we had a mutual friend who bought the big bottle, and it was like $150.
Yeah, something like that.
But I know, what's the drink that they have the worm in it?
The worm in it?
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. My ex used to talk about this all the time.
Yeah. Do you eat the worm?
Sometimes.
Oh, so but
actually, it's not an actual live worm. That's like that's a misconception.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Ew.
But the joke is...
Well, they also do that. Don't they have like alcohols with like scorpions in them?
Yeah.
It's like just like that.
But it's also like some of that culture too. You know.
Well, is it for like a flavor thing, or is it just there to like for the brand?
I think
like
it's
having a moonshine soaked cherry in the bottom of moonshine. That I think that's
you can't eat the scorpion though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's gonna be crunchy, but you can't eat the. I wouldn't eat the scorpion. I wouldn't eat the scorpion.
It's gonna be smooth. It's been soaked in like liquor.
Yeah.
Anyway, so enough of that. There was something else I wanted to ask you guys, and I don't remember. Oh wait, I have a topic. Only because I just got new tattoos recently, and I don't think any of you have any.
I don't have any.
I really want some, but
No, I don't have any tattoos.
So how do we feel about tattoos in general? Because you might not know this, but a lot of different tattoos that people get have new meanings over the years. And it's crazy that people are just finding it out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that tattoos are a really nice way to, express yourself. You from the immediate, moment that a new person, sees you on the street, like they kind of get an idea of what you're into and everything. It could be a good conversation starter. I think that tattoos are a really great way for someone to express themselves, whether they have like a personal meeting or if they want, okay. It's just a really, really nice way if you have something that you want to say, whether it's something as simple as like, I like this, form of media or something, or like this particular band.
Yeah, I definitely see where it
goes all the way up to like something deeper.
Yeah, I think my view on tattoos is if you want them, get them. But what's really funny is how I've seen on social media how people will get like, Chinese symbols.
Ariana Grande has that, and it means like fried chicken.
Yeah, because the thing is that Mandarin,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Mandarin
and
it's
Cantonese.
the Mandarin language. It's like combinations of words, have literal translations. So like, for example, in Mandarin, the United States is not like the United States. It's just beautiful country. That's
and
just
England
the
has like they all have different things, and also for some of the characters in Southeastern Asian do not have certain letters. Like R does not exist in South Korea.
Oh wow.
It's
L. Really?
Yeah, it's L.
That's
so
okay.
like people try to get their names, and it's like that does not exist.
So my name would just be Mel.
I don't know what your name would be, but it depends.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that at all.
Because it's a phonetic thing. So like there would be a symbol for ch or s.
Oh.
Or y. So it's
That's
like different
interesting.
phonetic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but with
You know.
tattoos though, I think that it's up to the individual. I'm not a fan of face tattoos. I would never tell
don't
anyone
get
to
face
ever get a
Sorry,
face
Mike Tyson.
Well,
he can rock.
No, he can rock it. It's also Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's also Mike Tyson.
Those dudes that like unironically get like the tattoos of like 69 like behind their ear or like
True.
Wait,
on
what
their
does
face
that
or
mean?
You mean,
Is
something.
that
you
like
mean Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Wait, it's 16. Like, because I know
No,
the only
I've
face
seen
tat
dudes, or,
I
like,
know.
sex, like the word sex.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know the only
Stupid.
face tat
It's pretty dumb.
that has like meaning
The
is
teardrop?
the teardrop,
That means
which
you
means
killed
you
someone.
killed somebody.
Yeah.
And then however many teardrops, it means like however many people you've killed.
That's
Yeah.
But I've heard some rappers faked it.
Even if you also, regardless if you fake that or not, why would you want people to know that?
Exactly.
You're giving yourself away immediately.
But they can't pin anything on you. Like who is the
No,
the rapper,
it's
Bobby
uh,
Shmurda.
YK Melly or
Yeah.
something like that?
That he made a
YNW
whole
Melly.
song
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
And they literally
He literally
played
made a
it.
whole song about him killing his best
That's what I
friend.
just said. But it wasn't him because of the evidence.
Yeah, because they can't use a song as like incriminating
They can.
evidence.
But like they did
No,
though,
but-
because Bobby Shmurda got put in jail because of
No,
that.
Bobby Shmurda got put in jail because he was like, it's just same thing with Fetty Wap. They were pushing like 100 pounds of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But like, wasn't
Well,
there like
even-
evidence in the song or something?
No,
like that
I don't know,
they
but I
used?
just know that what's hilarious is I saw on social media on Twitter that the rapper who's got Murder on My Mind, they were blasting it in the courthouse, and they're like, "There's no way that the jury isn't
You
like
can't-
bopping to the."
Oh no! In
my
Georgia
God.
DA, rap lyrics will be continuing to use in criminal court.
That's interesting.
But the thing is, they got him. They didn't. Well, they didn't. They got him. I.e., they found his innocence through forensics evidence
Really?
with the gunpowder, and in which like ballistics, the angle of which it was shot at, it couldn't happen from where he was.
Speaking of like rappers and crimes, there was and then we'll go back to tattoos real quick.
Yeah.
But I know that I forgot which private investigator, but it's some famous New York private investigator. Pretty sure people can pull it up. That believes P. Diddy ordered the assassination of.
Did you not hear
Tupac?
Killshot? He literally says it in Killshot. He's like, "Sorry, Diddy. You know I love you." He literally Eminem says it in the song.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
he put the hit on Pop.
Pac.
Yeah.
Pac,
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed Pac. Or he
His
didn't. He
people.
allegedly, air quotes, killed Pac.
Do you think he did or no?
I don't know enough about the whole scenario.
Yeah.
I just know
Also-
that Tupac and Biggie, they got shot.
Well, it's also, the rivalries in which they were in. And during the wonderful time in which that incident happened, let's be honest here. What state did it happen in?
Happened in New York and LA, right? Tupac was assassinated in New York. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was killed in New York.
Someone looked that
up. And then Biggie was killed in LA. I know that. He was killed in LA.
This is going to be... Okay.
I don't follow
what
this
PD was there for one of them?
Las Vegas Valley. Sorry.
Who? Wait, who?
Tupac.
Oh, Tupac was killed in Vegas. Okay, I stand corrected.
Okay.
And then where was Biggie killed?
That was LA.
Oh, that was LA?
I can vouch for that.
Oh, okay. So it was LAPD. Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
You think LAPD killed?
No, I'm saying the way they handled the crime scene was like utter garbage. And no, it's a common thing. LAPD during that time period and even beforehand was super corrupted. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's why a lot of the cold cases that happened back then were just cold cases because they easily got paid off. Yeah. It's like common knowledge, I think, at this point in certain.
I think it is
in certain areas and like certain incidences that happened. But yeah.
What is your opinion on tattoos?
I think that if you're gonna get a tattoo, make sure that it's meaningful.
Look at me directly as you say this, please.
Okay, fine.
Especially
if you're gonna get a tattoo, it has to be meaningful. Like it has to be something that speaks about yourself, your personality, your interests. If you're gonna put someone's name, it's like the person.
No, never.
Well, it depends. Let's say if you met your soulmate, you write their name and you're married to them or whatever.
No,
you would never do that.
You would do that?
You would do that?
No.
You would do that?
That's one, that's a jinx, and two, I only have one creature's name on me, and that is my dog.
Dang, that's kind of crazy too.
Well, okay, so I have 4 tattoos now. 2 of them have a meaning. Oh. 2 of them I was just like, I have an itch.
Oh wow!
And I really
I like the way it looks.
Are tattoos? Is it depending on the complexity of the tattoo?
It's depending on the I literally have tattoos that range from $50 to $2,000.
Is the $2,000
yeah.
the one? Yeah.
And I love my artist so much because he did that, and it's a whole sleeve.
How long did it take?
Okay, real quickly, I'm gonna go on a tangent.
It's a whole sleeve, so it has to be taken a while.
Oh, it took a few hours. The thing that
Not all in one sitting.
no, God no. The thing that I hate people ask the most, it's like, did it hurt? No shit, it hurt. People ask me all the time. They're like, oh, you got your leg done. And I have the back of my knee done too. They're like, did it hurt? No shit.
What was for those who never got a tattoo, what is the best example of the pain that you
a cat scratching you.
Ooh. Just slowly? Is it or is it just...
Yeah, it's that constant motion for hours because...
No. Oh, boy.
Because I have my ankle, my leg, and the side of my abdomen, almost my rib cage. Mm-hmm. My ankle one did not hurt at all. I was, no joke, watching a YouTube video while I was getting it done. I was like...
That is extremely shocking to me.
I was like, this doesn't hurt. Honestly, when I got the area getting closer to my knee didn't hurt as well. You know what hurt the fucking most?
Rib cage?
I don't have it on my rib cage. It's near it. Mm-hmm. You know what really hurt? The meaty areas. Obviously,
the meaty.
Yeah, my thigh hurt so much, and my calf. I was almost crying during it. Also, do not have caffeine during your before your tattoo appointment. Yeah, wow. Don't have it.
Well, does it
it affects it?
It enhances the pain.
And also, you can't drink before you get a tattoo.
Alcohol is just in general?
Alcohol. No, you need to drink and eat before you get a tattoo. Because it will put your body through pain. My little one, my 2 new ones, it was just okay, you're not my friend for 2 minutes. And I sat through it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And it's the first one I actually got on an abdomen.
So, if you mind me asking, so when you get a tattoo, have you ever seen or heard people that I can just think of somebody... the tattoo artist is going and they hit a nerve or something, you jolt.
I used to move all the time.
Does it affect and they have to repair and
if they're really good, they have a stencil and they also have their artwork when they're looking at it too.
So a jolt won't affect I can think of when you're drawing a picture.
Okay, they also go really slow when you're getting tatted. It's literally one line at a time most of it.
Really?
Yeah, unless for small shit. But honestly, if you get numbing cream, I get it. Like, people are like, don't get numbing cream.
Nah, but come on, that's bitching out.
I got that 5%.
Come on, that's bitching out.
What's the highest percentage?
You gotta sit through the pain.
5%.
You gotta sit through the pain.
You cannot feel it at all. No, I didn't get it for most of my tattoo. I got it for the back of my knee, and I was grateful I didn't feel that shit.
Okay. Do you feel it afterwards? Like, is there eventually like a time?
Oh
where
yeah,
you,
like it like
creeps up on you.
It doesn't creep up on you. I would say it wears off. The numbing cream wears off, and I went to the gym the day after I got tatted.
That's crazy.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Aren't you like super itchy and they take like the plastic wrap or
yeah,
whatever?
I have it's called the second skin. I have it on currently on my little ones. It does itch like a motherfucker though. I'm just sitting there like tapping my leg, just like go the fuck away, go the fuck away.
Or just like blowing on it or something.
Well, I can't blow on my leg. I'm just like going down, just like good luck.
One thing about tats that I think if you're gonna get one, like obviously don't get them on the face and don't get them on the hands.
Hands are the worst.
Not for the pain.
No, it goes away.
No, it's because like the hands and the face are all business. So when they see like a lot of it, especially like on the face itself, they like kind of look at you differently. So they don't want to work with you.
My mom gave me the best advice: don't get something super crazy because that's how people are gonna remember you.
Yeah, a tattoo reflects who you are. So if you get a crazy tattoo, if you get like a...
So you're telling me I have a crazy tattoo?
No, if you get something like if you get a tattoo of a skull, they're going to think like...
Are you gonna out? Let's out me anymore.
Let's say like you get like a tattoo of an anchor on your arm.
That
like
has symbolic meaning. Yeah.
There's a symbol for that, but like symbols have meaning, so they're gonna attribute that to you.
Some tattoos just have actual there's you just know like the semicolon one too.
Oh, I know the semicolon.
The semicolon is for those who have almost
self-deleted.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And it's a symbol to show like it's not the end and it's still continued. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like some tattoos when you just see it, you know.
Oh my god, I know people with that tattoo.
Wait, with the semicolon or the Medusa?
Yeah, we both know one with that.
But also, it's
I thought it was just because it was like a semicolon. I had no idea.
It's not only about from what I've heard is not like it's the main thing is the people who like almost self-deleted, but it also can be like depression, bipolar, like it's your mental illness isn't the end, and it continues on. Like
it's supposed to be a positive thing.
But I didn't know that it was associated with that at all.
Mm-hmm. That's why like when I got my first one, I really thought about it and I was like, okay, let me actually, because it's it's your first one, you always want it to be special to you.
Yeah.
I was dumb and wanted a whole fucking sleeve. And everyone was like, don't do it. And I was like, fuck you, go big or go home. And I have like 3 other tiny ones.
What is your opinion?
You're like, I'm never doing a sleeve again.
No, honestly, I would, but you just look at me and I wear pants or like a really long skirt. I don't have one.
Yeah.
And I have 4.
What is your opinion on like the black line? Like people that just do like the thick black, all black, like armband or whatever.
So there's a history behind that too.
What is it?
Is that also like a symbol for something?
Back in, I believe, someone correct me on this, but it's supposed to be a criminal thing. Like they would back in the day, you would get recognized as a criminal for like as a thief. Yeah.
There's other things.
I don't know what it is.
So
now.
they forcibly back in the day gave you a tattoo?
Yeah, tattooing's been a thing for.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm talking about like you're saying like they identify as a criminal.
Like if you get like
or
arrested,
it's the loss of a loved one now.
Oh,
like they have, depending on where it is, different meanings over different years and stuff. But I mean, my first tattoo was of my favorite mover, and then I got a little more of it to symbolize like I got part of it to symbolize like a necklace my nana gave me that I lost, and I like wore that every day. You would see me, and it's like, okay, that's her characteristic.
I know the only fear that I have with tattoos, and I'm positive you have a different opinion on it, would be like, let's say I get a tiger, right?
Okay.
And then I'm 80 years old. And, the tiger
like the biker,
now, like,
the biker dude.
Like my dad one time, he had a patient that, this guy was like, World War II vet, PTSD'd out of his mind.
Yeah.
And, he's helping the guy get his vitals and all that. And the guy my dad's like, oh, that's a nice tattoo. of a salamander, and the guy is like, when I was younger, that was a fucking panther. And my dad's like, oh, what happened to this tattoo on your neck? And he was like, Jap sniper, Guadalcanal. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna.
That was okay. So that with that, it goes into how you got the tattoo and the aftercare you take.
Oh, so that
there's
go
aftercare
back to like touch it up and all that. Like,
yeah, I get free touch ups on my leg sleeve. And
really?
The lawyer has he has a significant tattoo for his grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this, and he like takes care of it. That's his precious thing. Because for like the first 2 years, I only used Aquaphor. Not sponsored. I'm gonna bring that joke back. But
I referenced it in the previous episode.
I heard, and I was so happy. The lawyer was like nudging me, like, he did your bit, and I was like, I'm gonna text John, this fucker. He got that text like immediately after.
I did.
Too.
I got it.
But it depends on like how you got it, the aftercare, because that happened to my mom. My mom got a bird and something when she was 18, and then like a few years later, I was like, Ma, it's a fish on a stick.
It's a fish on a stick.
But no, that was like the running joke, and she's like, well, duh, I got it at 18. I was stupid, and I was like, but now you got 2 flowers.
I want to, really quick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask a quick question. So for, like the 3 of us don't have any tattoos. If you were to get a tattoo, well, first of all, would you get a tattoo? What would you get if you were to get one?
If I were to get a tattoo, I think I would be open to it. I love geography. I'm like a big geography nerd. Then in my room, like I have all these maps and all that. I would probably.
Would it be like one of the U.S. states?
No.
It's gonna be a map on his like shoulder.
No. It would be like just a little globe, and it would be on one of my pecs.
Okay.
That's painful.
I know.
Have fun.
But I probably won't get it. But it's just like if I were to.
Let me know if you need that numbing cream.
I'll get the 10% or the 5%.
Oh, you feel nothing.
What about you, John?
Yeah, come on, John.
It's a good question. I don't know.
We've talked about this before, too.
We have talked about it. If I were to get anything, I'd probably do... I thought about doing the name thing before for like a loved one that's passed away.
Yeah, that's different, though.
Like to remember, or like a symbol of a loved one. Yeah. If I have one, I don't think I really have one. Or maybe like a family crest, because I do have family crests.
Yeah.
What is your family crest?
One of them is... what's the first one? I think the first one is a lion. No, not a lion. Some type of animal. It's either a lion or like a hawk with a vine or something. And then the second one is a knight with a sword.
That's pretty dope.
You could do a mix of both. That would be really cool.
It's in my grandparents' house. I have to find that. And I'm so glad that I actually know what the crest look like. So then I'd probably get those crests like maybe one on each arm, something like that.
Or you can like combine both of them. That would look really cool.
No, because then each crest symbolizes like the family's union. So you don't combine the crests. You're just you're combined together through these 2 families.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I get like one on each arm. Either that or maybe actually I knew somebody that got. Do you know what Greek olive leaves look like?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
They're like what the gods used to wear on top of their head, like Hermes. He has like those leaves on his head. Yeah. Someone got them, but they go down his neck, like around the back, down the neck, which looked like when I saw it, it actually looked really cool. So that looked pretty cool. But it's either that or maybe something, maybe like a cross or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say though, after getting my tattoos, people will just like stop you and say like, "Oh, that's cool," or like, "Can you tell me about it?"
That's what I was saying, like when we first brought this up, like it is immediately to someone that you don't know, like a conversation starter and a representation. Like I think it's a good thing.
It's a double-edged sword because people use it to hit on me, and I find it so annoying. So it's like, obviously it's the easiest line that you can talk to someone about. It's like, "Oh, tell me about your tattoo." It's my favorite movie. Now leave me alone. But I have 2 meaningful ones.
I'm doing my laterals right now.
Exactly. I'm doing my laterals. Leave me alone.
Don't talk to me right now.
You give me more motivation. I'm in the middle of it. But honestly, I love my tattoos so much. I got one for my dog.
Yeah, I would definitely say
it's got to be something close to you.
Yeah, I would definitely say though the cultural attitude towards tattoos and piercings has definitely like changed. Like it used to be maybe like 20, 30 years ago, only like bikers or like, you know, hardened
it would have negative connotations.
People who do not conform to the
it would have
was
negative
a form of like what you say, negative connotations and a form of like societal rebellion.
Yeah,
but now it's kind of like more mainstream and
it's more like, oh my god, it's a really cool tat.
In some places, like
depending on, I feel like the older you are, if you're an older person with a tattoo, that means like you're
badass,
hardcore in a way. Like imagine meeting like a 75-year-old with an anchor tattoo on their arm.
Okay,
and you think like that's the toughest guy I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Versus, or that guy's definitely seen some shit or something.
Versus seeing a college student with like a koi fish.
Or
or the yin yang symbol on their neck.
Or tribal tattoo.
Oh no.
Tribal tattoo. I was about to be like, because you got like
that was a phase. No, that was like a whole phase.
The 90s.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like you have like in New Zealand. You have a lot of people like the Maui people that get like tribal tattoos.
That's different. That's a cultural different. No, I meant like the shitty college kid who's like, I want to have this on my sleeve. Yeah, like that's a little different.
Yeah,
because it used to, certain tattoos and tattoo styles were fads.
I can see that.
The tramp stamp, the tribals.
The cars. There's a innuendo on a tramp stamp that Sally had. I just want to put that out there.
It was really funny. The movie's not meant for like kids. That's an adult movie. It's like Barbie.
Those movies were so much better.
Yes.
But
I miss those movies so much.
I know a topic you had, John. Like, since we're on topic of like, you know, arts and all that.
You really have to do that. You really have to do it here.
I think it was a good segue. Is talking about like, you know, some of the.
We have to transition at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been transitioning.
No, but the like art, you know, in general, or like, you know.
I really wanted to talk about like what you guys might think about like when a city commissions a public artwork for any part in the town. Do you guys know a lot about that stuff, or is it more just general knowledge, like the big ones you're aware of?
General knowledge, big ones.
I don't know a lot about it.
I see a bunch. There's one. It was by one of my job sites. It's the pink tree. It's like a pink tree over a bridge.
I don't think I know this one.
I don't remember the name of it.
Because I was looking up a couple of them in New York, or at least in the U.S.
There's a bunch.
No, there's a lot of them, but a lot of them are like these abstract pieces that you don't know what they mean.
Oh, I never seen
that. Can I see the picture?
This is a pink tree. That's it.
Okay.
I just know what's the
symbol for that? Or is
sorry.
Sorry to cut you off.
No.
I don't know. It just happened in 2023.
Oh, so it's a fairly new one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It was just passed by where I worked every day, so I would see it, and then I got bored. So I Googled how much it was paid to be. It was commissioned for the artist.
No, it's always by commission.
But...
So how much was it for a tree?
$125,000.
That's crazy.
I expected that to be more, actually.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's very tiny?
Yeah.
Like, would you say it could fit in this room?
Well, obviously not. Because
they're putting a lot of faith in the artist to come up with something that would represent...
Did you not see the banana and duct tape in the MoMA?
No, we're talking about public art. We're talking about public artworks, not regular like art.
That
pieces.
was a public
Modern
artwork.
art is a tax scam.
Yes,
I agree,
is. Mark. This is not something we disagree on.
I think that art has shifted. Like, I work near some of like the largest landmarks, like historical landmarks. And in the past, like in the early 1900s, art was kind of seen as like, you know, a very wealth oriented, and I would say still to this day, like art, like commissioning art and all that, still considered very wealthy. But I would say that like when you look at, let's say, Grand Central, and you walk and you see these huge murals and artwork and all this, it's like that was meant for the public to experience art, because the average man and woman wouldn't be able to go to an art gallery. And so public art is important, but also, I don't know, I don't really know too much about art to have like a concrete opinion about it, but it's when you see, for example, Grand Central, and then you see the pink tree. You know, I'm not trying to already crap on artists.
I just don't remember.
Because art is having like a push for like this abstract kind of stuff instead of just traditional. I would consider that like traditional art because you know what it is.
Not always.
Well, a lot of it is though. I
But
mean,
what do you-
millions of dollars
what
are
do
being
you-
commissioned.
But what do you
like,
mean
for,
by
like,
traditional art?
Like when
I'm
you,
going into
when you look at a
Probably
teacher
like
mode.
post-tradition, I'm
Like,
gonna
are you
back
talking
up
about
John.
realism?
Oh, I don't know like the
no,
specific
no,
arts, but
I
think of
mean
like
specific. I mean like specific
yeah.
art where you know exactly what
That's
you're
called
looking
real.
at.
Yeah, but in
Like
that
a picture
case,
of a forest.
yeah,
or a
that's
lake.
called realism.
That's called realism.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
So
Art
yeah,
is such a general term to describe all
yeah,
this.
but a lot of art pieces, like public art pieces that happen today that are being commissioned, are much more abstract and much more like not as realistic.
Yeah. Also,
So when they're being displayed, you have no idea what they mean, and then they cost the city millions of dollars, and everybody's like, "What is this? I don't
stop
understand what
talking
this
about the honeycomb, the hive,
is." The vessel.
the vessel. Stop talking about the vessel.
Okay,
That
I
was-
like
that one-
the vessel. I know it got real quiet.
So hot take
I
from
want to
Mark.
talk. I
Finally,
want to talk about the vessel.
No, I know.
I want to talk about the vessel.
because you googled how much it cost.
I have a hot take for the vessel. That was a horrible investment because, and let me say right now, it was $75 million.
But okay, but here's the thing though. It's
Let's
like,
create an art piece for Hudson Yards. It's $75 million.
It's also Hudson Yard.
And it's what?
It's also Hudson Yard.
And it's being torn down from the last 2 years. Why? Because they didn't design it to keep people from jumping off of it.
But here's the thing though. Here's my thing. It's like,
That's a waste of
but is
$75
that
million.
the artist's responsibility? Like, here's the thing. It's like $75 million. Yeah. Okay, we can like argue. Yeah, that was a lot. I'm telling you,
If you're
it's probably
letting
a
people,
tax
if you're letting
scheme.
people walk around it to climb up on top of it, then yeah, you need to design it in a way where it's safe for people, and they didn't do that.
But the average artist though,
They don't think about
probably
that.
wasn't thinking
But
about
also
that.
the person that's commissioning that artist should have them.
So then that's
include
also-
that in
That
their
makes
design.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because you
when
could
you're
say the same thing about
commissioning-
the High
yeah,
Line.
When you're
You can say
commissioning,
the same thing about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
but if you're going to, I feel like it's just
Yeah.
a problem with just putting that much money into a project and
Yeah.
then like forgetting like the most important parts of it to keep it safe
Yeah.
or whatever you're doing with it, and then all that money gets spent.
I mean,
You know what was crazy about the vessel? I went there almost like the first week it opened,
yeah.
right? And you actually need a reservation. Like,
Yeah, you needed one.
You needed like
Did
you
you have
didn't
to
pay
pay
for
to-
it. No, you
Okay.
didn't have to pay for
You
it.
just had to book a time.
You had to book a time, and you went in, and it was a little underwhelming because you're kind of just going up and down, and then you're kind of like slowly but surely climbing to the top. And don't get me wrong, it's kind of cool because like then you can. It had this like open concept where once you're at the top, you can look in, and it's kind of like everyone going through. You know that painting? I don't know what it's called, but it's like the stairs, and you know it's like all the
The
stairs.
circling stairwell.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like that. So it was pretty cool, but. I don't know.
But when you screw up the basics for constructing a piece like that, I mean,
But so that goes into other people as well, because the artist
it goes
doesn't
into the
really,
city commissioning it, and then
it goes
the
into
artist
the
design.
No, not the artist design. It goes into architectural design because the
How
artist.
do they not include the safety features?
What was the allure of the vessel? I wonder, like, did they? What did you find anything about that, or like, what was so? Was it because a lot of people were there? So it's like, you know how people
like a public thing.
like, yeah, it's like a public thing, or was it just like, I don't know, the golden ratio? Like I I don't know, like
The
was
golden
it?
ratio is something different.
No, but you know what I meant, like
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
perfect,
statistic,
you know,
yeah.
Like what
Like
drew
symbolism behind
people to it? Because I would feel like they were.
Yeah.
There's just a very odd thing.
It was built as a part of the Hudson. I'm
Yeah,
researching
the
this
Hudson
right
Yards.
now.
Yeah.
It's built a part of the Hudson Yards redevelopment project.
The
Plans
Gateway
by
Bedroom.
British designer Thomas Heatherwick.
British.
With an elaborate honeycomb-like structure with
surprised I didn't
16
give the hot take
stories,
this week.
154 flights of stairs, 2,500 steps, 80 landings.
That was a big thing. Like it
Yeah.
took us a
It's
minute to
still
get all the
there
way to the. But
for
nobody's
now.
allowed though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know why
It's-
they're getting rid of it. If you already spent 75 million, like
It's the main
bro.
feature of the 5-acre Hudson Yards public square, funded by the Hudson Yards developer.
Yeah.
Final cost estimated at $200 million.
So they went over budget. So they probably
Holy shit.
budgeted 75 million, but it went over budget to
That's
200.
wild.
Concept was
That's a
unveiled to
lot
the
of money.
public in 2016, but began construction in 2017 with pieces manufactured in Italy and shipped to the U.S.
That's probably
That's
why
where
it was
most of
expensive.
it-
That's probably
yeah.
definitely where. You know,
Yo,
the
real-
Hudson
oh,
Yards. This is a real quick point. You know, the Hudson Yards, fun fact, was the largest private development in the world. It costs like
I'm not
you
surprised.
can look
Yeah,
it up.
not
I think it was like
surprised
80 billion or something like that. It was something like it was all private equity money.
Yeah.
Like the government had little to do with like the development of the Hudson Yards.
That's
I kind of like, I guess on that theme, like what I was trying to say is, I think just kind of building off what you were saying earlier, like, you know, how you were saying, you know, Grand Central is designed so that the common person
Yeah.
who doesn't have access to this is able to go to this beautiful, intricate, you know, place.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of part of daily life. But I think, you know, over the last, in New York City in particular, in the last, you know, 10, 20 years or so, the focus really has been like almost solely on rich people, like universally, right? Like there's everything from, you know, the vessel, like hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, I know it's like not exactly that, but the point I'm trying to make is the investment, all the money, whether it's public or private, is kind of flowing towards
making it look
rich
pretty.
people.
But I would say also
Because like there's also Billionaires Row, right?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah, there's Billionaires Row. They're trying to, you know, gentrify the hell
Everywhere.
out of everywhere. Yeah, like the
Everywhere.
Bronx, to
Yeah.
bring more rich people in.
Yeah, I would say that art, and maybe this is me just being like a little pea brain, should serve as a public utility, I guess, lack of a better term. Like, think of it like this, like the metro stations, right?
Okay.
That would be a perfect place to have murals and artwork, and they were
And they
like if
do,
you go
And they
to
do.
a lot of public stations, right, you can see the remnants of, you know, when the station was built in the 1920s
Look at-
and 30s,
look at
and
81st
all of the
Street.
tiles.
Look at 81st Street.
Yeah, or you know, you can look at 125th. That it's a run down station,
Yeah.
but you can definitely see the remnants, like when all the white, you know, tiles and all
Yeah.
that. Those were
Okay.
murals.
Look at
Have you
the
guys-
And I don't
Island
see
as
why people don't, or at least like the city or just local governments in general, you don't have to make artwork. I think there's like this conception that artwork has to be grand. It has to be like very, you know, center of attention, XYZ. But the little
Yeah.
things, like, you know, like a metro station or a little, you know,
Yeah,
like
like,
mural.
If you take away like all the theories about like, you know, like writing it off as a tax or like the billionaire stuff, whatever it
Yeah.
is, like because I'm reading through the history of the vessel specifically.
Yeah.
And Stephen Ross, who's the CEO of the Hudson Yards developer related companies, said in an interview that the vessel was commissioned because they wanted something transformation. He wanted to commission something transformational, monumental, which led to the concept for the vessel.
So basically a tourist trap.
He was looking to.
Attract people to the very, very expensive Hudson Yards.
So a
He
tourist
also
trap.
he also looked to work with 5 unnamed artists who were renowned for designing similar plazas like Hudson Yards. Rejected all of their plans, at which a colleague introduced Ross to Heatherwick, and that's when the vessel kept going.
Yeah.
But again, like, what if you take away all that stuff? Let's say like if it was strictly just the purpose of it, without any conspiracy whatsoever, was just to create something that would increase like artwork in that area to make people feel a little bit more like grander about that area that they're living in
Or the city. Yeah.
Why does it have to be a big scale like that?
I think.
Can I? I just
you
want
go
to add
first.
one
you go
more
first.
thing.
Yes.
Also, if you're going to do something like that with that purpose, then also why not consult the public on what they would want in that space?
Yeah, because
Like,
we've
what
had
can you-
stuff
what can you
happen
achieve-
like that before, where they've done surveys.
What can't you achieve with? Can't you achieve the same thing without it being 16 stories tall? You can't put a piece in the middle of it or like a collection of things in the middle.
I mean, we've
Like,
had.
what's the
I don't know. I think
stuff like
that with the vessel, I think a part of it was probably like what Spencer said, or no, what Alyssa said was like tourist trap, or like to get people. Oh, let's look at this $200 million piece coming in. Oh, look, there's like all these you know stores that I can go burn my money in, right? But also, I think another part of it is you have like purpose. So when, for example, you want to have the public commission, right? Of like, oh, these are our ideas in XYZ. It opens up, I think, a lot of controversy, especially if you want to make an artwork of a specific person, right? So I think that there's probably a push away towards that type of artwork of making a statue or making like a sculpture of like an individual or a group of individuals, and more towards, non-controversial things. But the problem is that when you try to make these non-controversial things, like you said, very elaborate, like there was no need to make Italian steel or like Italian marble, in XYZ. The price tag becomes the controversy, where it's like $200 million,
if it's coming from the city itself, it's like,
and the taxpayers, it's coming from.
That's to me, that feels like a complete waste of money.
I mean, that's what art has become over centuries and centuries. Look at the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, but this isn't a piece that's being sold over and over again. It's a piece being commissioned for the city.
That was the Sistine.
Yeah,
money. But we've seen this before in history. Yeah. Again, look at the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
It was commissioned.
The Sistine Chapel.
But at least like when I'm at if you're going in the Sistine Chapel, at least I know what I'm looking at. In this one, it's just supposed to be like a grand, like 16-story walkway.
You guys,
which does what? What does that symbolize? Like, if it does have one, I don't know what it is.
Does it have a symbol?
I don't know.
Oh,
it doesn't say.
You want to know something funny about the Sistine Chapel?
You can't take pictures of it.
But it's owned by some like Japanese billionaire.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, no, I'm so
not
serious.
even.
I'm so serious.
Yeah, it's not owned by the government anymore.
It's technically a private entity, but the billionaire allows people to go in and see it. So like tomorrow, let's say that Japanese billionaire could be like, I don't want anybody in there. I want to have a private party in the Sistine Chapel. And they can.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Is that why you can't take pictures of it?
Yeah, but I did anyway, and I almost got kicked out.
I had a friend who took pictures for me, and I was like, okay.
I have a picture on my phone of like the iconic Adam and God, and it's really small. Like when you see it, it's actually like you have to look for it. But it's at the center. But it's
just bring some small. Like the Snapchat lenses. Yeah. Just like wait, got it.
I have a topic. Well, do we have any more comments about the public art?
I think that there's a lot of public art pieces that we can go into. The Vessel was the one I was thinking of the most because that was the most recent
there's also
one I'm thinking of.
Controversial public art topics that are sculptures that we are now going back and like, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
they do it all the time. They do it all the
time.
That's the thing is that like if you're gonna commission something like. Again, like it's there's like a lot of concepts for it being made first. Like they design, and then somebody approves it.
No,
it gets made, and it turns out terrible. Why did you have to go so grandiose when you can achieve it without doing?
Oh no, mine is different in the sense of like we have statues of public figures,
you're talking
and we're
about,
like,
like
maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Like looking back, it's like, oh, we wasted all that money on this.
But a lot of those statues,
a statue of a specific person is different from an artwork, like an abstract piece that's just sitting in the middle of New York
either
City
way,
somewhere.
Like again, people
because those people have
people attempt to destroy it. I mean, they've also like done it to Teddy Roosevelt's statue.
Yeah,
I thought they removed it, right? They like 100%. It's like removed now. We're talking about the statue from the Natural Museum, right, of history.
No, he's still there.
Oh, so it's the statue with him and like the Native American and
some statues around the U.S. did get completely taken.
No,
I meant like copper, like metal statues in New York City, like the ones in the parks and everything.
Yeah.
Like those.
They're trying to damage them or something?
Yeah, people purposely try to damage them, and then it takes city workers to clean them up. So that's what I mean. Like,
but those statues have their own meaning for like whoever that person is. That's
I mean, I can say one easily. Like people.
Well, like whatever controversies are followed for those people, but
like Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
is that statue still in Columbus Circle?
I think it is.
I think it is too.
And it's been destroyed multiple times, and people have like fixed it.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree with you, John. Where it's like statues, they kind of like they serve more as like a commemoration of someone
person.
Yeah.
And what they did in their lives, or like whatever historical or whatever symbolism they have to it. But artwork specifically can be interpreted
anything.
different
Yeah,
ways.
like you can't, interpret like the George Washington statue in Washington Square Park. It's like, all right, it's George Washington.
Like when you go to DC and you
Yeah.
see all the monuments to the presidents and everything like that. Like there's specific reasons for that.
Yeah, but that also
it's not an interpretation. It's just to memorialize the president.
So-
Right?
But I would also say though, like the DC National Mall, I think that's what you're talking about. Like, the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Memorial. You
mean the ones by like Museum Mile or something?
Yeah,
like
well, you have the
Smithsonian
National
area?
Mall, which is like, where all the landmarks that you think of DC is in the National Mall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And we're getting into gray area now because I would like slightly disagree with you. Like the Lincoln Memorial, I would say also can kind of count as art. Like
Yes.
Well, yeah, but there's not like a huge like subjectivity to it. It's about it's just about him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about Lincoln specifically, and
So-
just to like have something to present him
Yeah.
I
to
have
people
a
that are going through the
question
mall.
then, real quickly,
Okay.
because now I can actually use what I do for my paychecks now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so happy. No, I'm not.
Are we ever really happy?
I was happy this past weekend.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Now it's back to normal life.
Oh, so sad. I wanted to say, like, how do you feel about famous artists like Picasso, Monet? How do you feel about?
In what sense?
Well,
Like, are they good at what they do? Is it
well, because
overhyped?
most of them are known for very abstract, symbolic art, and I'll even put in Van Gogh in his later years.
I was gonna say
You
maybe
go first, yeah.
maybe there's a fame to them because they're the ones that popularized a certain style or their own maybe, and then like the fame and then like the amount of like inspiration for other artists that comes from them specifically.
Like remove artists. Remove
Yeah.
artists. I'm just using them as an example
Yeah.
because they're very known for abstract pieces.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
I would
just the
say-
abstract pieces,
just the artwork. Ignore the artists. I can't whip out like
I would say
you go first.
Oh, sorry. I would say history belongs to the daring, where it's like if you are willing to push the envelope as to what is accepted, right? You can be terrible. You can be a god awful artist, but you will be remembered.
So you
know,
agree
so
with
it's
the
like
banana?
we're talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about it. Oh, as ridiculous as it sounds, we're talking about it. Or like just a pair of glasses on a floor.
32 blank canvases.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall.
Or when they take a paintbrush and just start like whipping it at the
Yeah,
canvas
like
with,
Banksy
spots
is a big
everywhere.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Banksy
Yeah.
literally had an artwork that auctioned off for like $30 million.
Oh, the frame
and
one.
it had the frame had a shredder built into
It
it,
had a
and
built-in
once they
shredder.
bought it, it just shredded, and it was
Yeah.
the
And then it became more freaking valuable after.
And I'm like,
That's-
dude, he's literally insulting you.
Yeah.
like-
Banksy's artwork is amazing. They just have a fuck you artwork style, like art.
But
art
see, that's the
style.
idea, though. It's like
but also-
insulting the person, or I would say like the billionaire class who are the main supporters of Banksy because, middle class people cannot afford a Banksy.
Yeah, they can't. When
Artwork.
Banksy sold their art, I don't know,
Yeah.
confirmed possibly.
Okay.
I think
I will pull up the
they would
Google.
sell artwork in the street for $5, and you just wouldn't know it's a Banksy because no one knows what Banksy looks like. That's also the thing with Banksy.
But
Banksy, I think, is a very specific example in this case because there's so much mystery surrounded by Banksy because no one knows what they look like. No one knows anything about it. People can have a fucking Banksy in their house and they
not know
wouldn't
about it.
know because they bought it for like $5 on
I'd
the
be tight.
street. Well, no, people would just have it and
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, cute."
I wouldn't
love
be
it."
tight about that. I'd be selling it right away. And making
But
it.
you
But
would-
we wouldn't. You would
you
never
wouldn't
know.
know.
That's the thing.
But if it's confirmed, I'll be like, yeah, I'm selling.
Banksy never. Banksy doesn't sign the artwork.
So I
That's the
wonder how
thing.
you find out. It's probably impossible. That's the whole idea.
That's why I think Banksy's a very
Well,
specific
some artists
example in
like
this.
some art, yeah, like a very specific example where artists do that personally, but a lot of artists that rely on subjectivity for their artwork, where it's like it doesn't have a meaning. I just painted this and I'm gonna sell it and do this,
Like the single red dot. Like
that. Yeah, it's like
See
I
that?
don't, to me, it's like if you're going to paint, I appreciate if I know what I'm looking at.
So you like Starry Night. Because
like
it's still abstract.
It's still like an abstract, but I know what I'm looking at.
I see what you're talking
kind
about.
of thing. It's a specific style, but at least I don't have to wrap my head around about what I'm
What
purchasing.
does 32 blank canvases mean?
What is this supposed to mean?
What is your all's opinion on... I know it's really popular in the UK. It's not really popular in the United States yet. But of like... there's this group called Extinction Rebellion in the United Kingdom where they protest like climate change by going to these like very valuable art pieces and just throwing tomato soup on it.
They glue themselves to the fucking wall and they threw tomato sauce. And I think at like
they were like expensive. Yeah, they were expensive.
And they
art
put like
pieces,
black food coloring in a fountain, which cost more effort to get rid of that black food coloring.
Yeah. I'm not like getting into like I don't want to kind of get into like the political aspect of it, but more into like the idea of this art piece was meant for, let's say, like an average Joe, but it has become sentimentalized in society where only the very like we could arguably say the very wealthy could have access to it. So the artist itself, made it for an average person. But now, if somebody attacked it, it's like, oh, it's an attack on like our culture and like everything like that.
I have a few hot topics on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I would think in a lot of those cases, it's them actually like trying to make it about themselves in a way. It's like,
exactly,
we're gonna do this crazy fucking thing, and the only reason we're gonna do it is because we are the ones that did it. We're gonna make this one particular thing about me, like I'm important. Like you know how like people on Twitter or X, I still can't get over that.
It's Twitter in our hearts.
It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Yeah. Like,
also, screw
like
him for not doing the fight in the Coliseum. By the way.
Oh, he backed out.
He backed out. I'm so sad. Mark
Zuckerberg would have
he was
fucked up
ready.
Elon.
He was fucking ready.
He's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
I think Elon did like some form of stuff too. I
But
don't know.
you-
But anyway,
No,
back
but
to Twitter. Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying like armchair activism, except like people are just making it like I did this, like I don't know.
black square.
Like
Yes.
yeah, and also like the black square, perfect example. But like there's a lot of that in a lot of areas of life too. I think with social media things are kind of being geared that way. Like why the fuck would you throw a drink at Cardi like way after she
It's purely for attention.
And-
exactly like way after she said do that earlier in the concert,
And she said a
but then
specific
you
area
just fucking
too.
did it like randomly. Like you only did that for yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the look at me phenomenon, especially now.
It's all about clout chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud
And-
chasing is real.
Yeah.
And you know what the crazy part is? They interviewed those people because I'm very for, decreasing carbon footprint, all that. And I'm very much a big proponent on like, okay, climate change is climate change is fucking real.
Sure.
Trust me, I know it is.
Argue that.
You want to go? I'm sorry. You want to go against the scientists now?
I think that you have an agenda that you're pushing, and
I saw an interview from one of the people that did it, and it was the main one that was talking.
so wait, these are the people that did the
hand
glue.
glue.
Okay, yeah.
I saw an interview of them after, and the interviewer asked them, she's like, do you pay light bills? And they're like, no.
Oh shit!
Do you know the price of gases? No. Do you know the sustainability efforts and acts that we're trying to push forward? But do you own a car? Yeah. So
I just want to add one more thing. Throwback to when I impulsively had the whole thing with the senator, and then the senator's wife unironically asked the guy, what color should my private jet be?
Exactly. It's very much like
Yeah.
you don't know what you're protesting about.
So it goes back to being a loser in your mom's basement looking for purpose.
They were also like not that
people
old.
don't.
They were young.
Yeah, you're a loser in your mom's basement.
Well, I think it's more.
You have nothing.
Of,
you have nothing.
yeah.
You're like trying to find something, and then you take up clout chasing.
And I also think it's part of the social phenomenon of mob mentality. And we've
feeling
seen that.
feeling a reason to do something.
No,
they all
mob
get
part of
together.
the group.
Yeah, that's what mob mentality is.
That's what I was talking about. Like being a part of like you have
You
nothing
group
else
up.
better to do, so you're joining this group to feel something, not knowing what you're doing at all.
Exactly. And again, I'm very much for environmentalism and all these sustainability efforts and acts, but know what you're talking about before you do something, because then you're gonna
research.
And in this day and age, it's not hard to do a Google research before anything.
Will it take like 15 seconds?
Exactly.
Yeah, I had a kind of, I guess, interesting one that I didn't actually know about, but I like educated myself on it recently. I had no idea. Like, I was just curious one day, you know, because I was thinking about how, you know, America is so reliant on cars. We all drive everywhere. Yeah. How much carbon is that actually putting into the atmosphere? So I just went and I did research on my car. You know, I'm like, oh, I have an older car, you know, what if it does more than a new one? Yeah. And I just did some research, and I had no idea that for every mile that my car goes, it's 400 grams of carbon emission. That is a lot. That adds up super quick. My car has like 100-something thousand miles on it. That is a ridiculous amount of carbon.
Wow. But the vast majority, correct me if I'm wrong though, of carbon emissions is from what was it, like the meat industry, like the idea
it's meat
of
actually,
because it's like the idea
of
something
even worse?
Well, like I don't want to get like super controversial, but it's the idea of like wiping out, like what they're doing with the Amazon rainforest, like the monolithic agriculture, the idea of like, you know, we're gonna take out this big swath of a rainforest to make soybean, and the soybeans are very water intensive, so they got to build the infrastructure and the irrigation systems and everything and all that.
Part
like
of it is,
you know,
not to get into base like biology 101, but like carbon like cycle and photosynthesis. That helps a lot in decreasing the amount of carbon emission that we have because plants take it in.
So just plant more trees.
In theory.
Or everyone should have a garden.
In theory. But some trees don't need as much as others.
There's this really...
Unless we genetically create a tree that takes in...
Don't talk to me about GMO because I can be here all day on that.
That takes in more carbon dioxide.
I can be here all day on GMO.
What's really interesting... and I would like to your all's like opinion on this. There's this weird idea, right? It's just like, you come with me 100, 200 years from now. We don't change a thing. Let's just argument's sake, we don't change a thing. This is a fad, and we just, you know, keep the way we're going. The ice caps melt, right? However, with how like the current global economy operates, for argument's sakes, you want to go from like Japan to New York. You got to go through, you know, you're like taking goods. You got to go through, you know, all across the Pacific Ocean, through the Panama Canal, up, you know, doing all this stuff. But the polar ice caps are gone. You cut that 9,000 mile trip. You just go over the Arctic Circle, come back, go to the Canadian archipelago, just come back. You make a 9,000 mile trip, like 1,500 miles. You know, and so some like wackos and quacks believe in the long term you will actually have greatly reduced carbon emissions and like shrunk the world by making the Arctic ice free.
Hate to break it to you on a few different aspects. One, we're actually slowly closing the ozone gap that we have. Two, once those polar ice caps are gone, we are going to be in a massive heat wave, and Japan and New York are the first places to fucking go because that means sea levels are rising intensively and increasegly.
There was like, again, I'm not like pushing back or anything. I just remember this like Tyson, this Neil deGrasse Tyson thing going on. Is that he was saying that the polar ice caps are like, think of a water with ice in it, right? The ice melts. The water, like, it won't overfill. So he was saying, like, people worrying about, and again, I'm not a climate scientist, so, you know, take whatever I have to say with a heavy grain of salt. Okay. But he was basically arguing that, like, we shouldn't be worrying about the water in the polar region or the ice in the polar region because it's already in the water. Like, it's already, like, the ice cubes. It's the ice in Antarctica that sits on top of land that slides into the ocean. That, you know, it's like you have water and it's melting. You take ice from the refrigerator and you just throw it in. That's what raises, like, the sea level. So it's like he was saying that when he hears, like, politicians and all that talking about, oh, the polar ice caps are melting and blah, blah, he's like, no, it's the ice in Antarctica. And the ice in Antarctica obviously is melting and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like, he goes, that's the ice you have to worry about, because that's ice that sits on land that just slides into the ocean, and then it raises,
Yeah,
you know, the sea levels.
Think
Bro,
about
he's
it.
so smart.
Did you know he used to
He's
be?
a really smart.
Did you know he used to be a stripper?
Yes,
What?
I saw
He was
that
a
interview.
stripper?
He used to be a stripper.
No, he
my
went
God.
to
To
one
one.
to go check it out and was like, no, I'm going to go tutor
No,
math.
He actually like performed for a hot second.
He actually did?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Little
it
did
too?
you know.
No, I remember that the Hot Ones interview, right? He was
It
talking
was
about
that, and he talks about it. I love his podcast. That's why.
He knows
everybody
like, he
and
knows
their
like
moms has a podcast.
He knows like everything.
Star Talk is like. In my
What's one thing about science he doesn't know about?
He doesn't do biology,
Really?
which is my
So
expertise.
theoretically, you would know more about biology than he
Okay,
does.
I wouldn't compare my like almost masters to Neil deGrasse Tyson for a few reasons. He knows astrophysics, and he knows
Like the weight of a neutron star.
yeah,
He calculated Thor's hammer in the
which
movie Marvel.
was amazing, and so like it was my two favorite loves in life.
Because it was made out of
He compared
made out of a dying star.
Yeah, he used the weight of a dying star to use proportions and calculate it that way. As someone who geeks out on all that stuff, trust me, it was amazing to hear. And also, the way he does and talks is very interesting because he uses it in layman's terms.
That's what I like,
and
yeah.
he also, the way in which he solves certain problems, he does it in real life. I've read most of his books, which is why I know this so well. And on my bucket list, I'd love to meet him. Even though, hot take about Pluto. But
Wait, what does he think
It's a
about
dwarf.
Pluto?
Because
he
it's
was
a
the
dwarf
one who
planet.
advocated for Pluto to not be a planet anymore.
Because it fits the category of, a dwarf planet, instead
It's
of a
so
regular
wild.
planet.
Yeah.
So wild that they made the whole New Horizons craft, sent it out, and then it's like, oopsie.
Yeah, and they like fucked up years later, which is great.
It's not
So-
actually a
so-
planet.
Basically, what to get from this?
We love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Come
And
on
we
the
should-
show.
Come on the show,
Please.
Come on the show.
please.
Wait,
Come on the
wait.
You have
show.
Harry Styles, maybe. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Just talk to us about science and stuff.
I would grab a beer with him any day.
All right. And with that, I'm going to call it.
Woo!
So,
Yay!
Yay, we
thank
survived.
you. Thank
with
you
Harry
once again,
Styles.
Thank you
everyone,
for
for
having me,
watching the
John.
show. Thank you, Spencer, for being on the show.
I am not Spencer. I'm Harry Styles.
You're Harry Styles.
I need to fly back to Italy
He's
to go to my mansion at the top of the
he lives
hill.
in the UK.
How was the movie? Till next time.
I need to run.
All right. Once again, thank you, everybody, for watching, and
Thank
we'll all see you
you.
next time.
Arrivederci.
Bye.